we are live. Guinness is here with me already. Let's quickly post the link to my Instagram and then we will get crocheting. Go view my own live. You're stuck. Poor Guinness. Okay. Post that on Instagram. It's Tuesday, everybody. Hi, Leah. I'm just posting the link onto Instagram real quick. Yes. This little paw. Yes, the paw. You're so happy that I'm home from work. I'm a hot mess this evening. Boop. Boop. Okay. I'm done. Let's click my notifications. Yep, you're the first like, first view. Yay. All right. Let's get crocheting. Now that all the housekeeping is done. We're still working on this baby blanket because DK weight yarn works up real slow, but never mind, we shall persevere. It's almost done. Hi, Guinness. Yes, you're a happy cat. You're gonna knock the tripod over. Guinness, as you can see, is already in attendance. You can see his little ears right here. Digging his claws into my foot. But yeah, we'll probably be on until about 7 o'clock tonight, because then I have to make dinner and, you know, wind down, because you're suing for damages. Guinness, don't knock it over. I can't afford any damages. I ain't got any business insurance. He's just happy that I'm home. I got home from work a little over 40 minutes ago, and he's just been sitting on me ever since. Because he doesn't like it when I leave him behind and go to work. So, it was a Tuesday, all right. Everybody, welcome to the live. Don't forget to double tap the screen, to like the by Guinness, to like the live, and hit that subscribe button. If you chat a lot, you get points. I don't know what for, but oh boy, gamifying something. That's a surefire way to get me sucked in. Yep, Guinness went upstairs to go eat. So, how was everybody's day? I managed to survive today. Somehow. It's the gearing up for a new school year chaos. Because everybody wants a meeting with me. Be like, my baby moving out of your room. And I'm like, they wouldn't be moving out of my room if I didn't think they could do it. I'm not afraid to retain kids. So if I sign off on it, then it means I think your kid is ready to go up to the next age group. So it's just a lot of transitions happening at once. If you're just joining, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live. Hit that subscribe button. Hang out. We crochet lots of it. I'm just gonna, you know what? Gravity's annoying. I'm gonna put my bucket down here. I've been trying to find a good positioning for that bucket that I got from Michael's 2 summers ago to hold all my yarn, keep it from rolling away, keep the cats from stealing it. But Rocky keeps trying to sit in that bucket. He thinks he fits because he can squish all his fluff in there. Speaking of Rocky, where is the fuzzball? Anyway, teacher life. Also, I'm wondering how it's almost the end of July already. Like, when did that happen? Oh, here, Guinness. He's coming back. Hey, Black Cat. Here, I'll move that out of your way so you can jump up, because you're an old boy. No? Okay. And yes, I'm wearing Tinkerbell pajama pants. And there goes the air conditioner. So. Got a couple rounds more of this to do. We're using Lion Brand ice cream. It's a very nice striped pink and white colorway. I like it. I should use Lion Brand yarn more often. What's everybody working on tonight? Anybody crocheting while watching? Just keeping me in the background? I'm still working on this baby blanket. I've been working on this on and off for a while. Problem is that it's at that really slow going part where each side takes forever. But it's finally almost big enough that I can start putting in. Maybe I can think about wrapping it up and putting on the border. I think I'm gonna do shells. I don't know, but if you're just joining, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I'm trying to save up for a down payment on a house. Hi, Janice. Let's not rub on the tray table, please. Here he is, the man of honor, the black cat, shoving his butt in the camera. That big old tail. Hi, Eunice. How's Black Cat? How's my black cat? Yes, my sweet purring black cat. You like blend in with my shirt on camera, Guinness. It's hilarious. Yes. You blend in. Yes, Guinness blends in. He's trying to push the tripod again. Gosh, and on Sunday I just about had a heart attack. Cause my Granny Square video I had lost a lot of that footage to it to some kind of file corruption. And then I was pulling the footage for my upcoming sweater scarf video off my phone on Saturday because I still haven't edited the footage from Saturday's coaster binge. I still have to get to that. And I imported it all into my computer. I found a way to get it downloaded off of iCloud straight onto my PC. And then I put it all in DaVinci Resolve and it said all of the footage was corrupted for the whole sweater scarf video. And I just about just dropped over dead right there at my desk. And then it turned out the footage wasn't corrupted. It was a problem with my computer. I had some driver that I had to buy a new plugin for. Because I guess within the last few weeks, something on video footage from phones got changed, or a Windows update meant that things from my model of iPhone, because I film on my cell phone, my iPhone, and it's an older model. It's just an iPhone 11. I've had it for over 5 years at this point. And then I guess iPhone 11 footage wasn't compatible with being transferred to Windows. So Windows is like, oh, but you can pay 99 cents for this plugin and that will convert it and it then will be compatible. So I had to fork over 99 cents to Microsoft to get the footage off of my phone. And I was quite mad about it because I'm like, yes, it's 99 cents, but the principle doesn't matter. But I was able to save the footage, get it onto my computer, get it onto DaVinci Resolve, and all was well. So that video will be coming out next week. And then I'm getting ready for Vlogmas. Probably gonna start filming something for that soon. Because, yeah, I'm gonna cheat at Vlogmas. Though I said in Crochet Visions live yesterday, it's probably gonna be like a tutorial miss, where I'm just gonna film like a tutorial for all my Christmas patterns and put one out of those out every day for Vlogmas, and then like my regular vlogs. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. I'm busy. I'm a teacher, so I need it all pre-planned and ready to go. Let's see, how much of this do I have left? I think maybe 2 or 3 more rounds, and then the blanket can be done. I mean, it's for a toddler, so it's got to be bigger than the average baby blanket. I mean, this is pretty much almost throw blanket sized. Excuse me. So, we've been live for 20 minutes now. Woohoo. Can you tell I'm tired from working all day? Pfft. Yeah. It's been, I'd say, oh, what a week, but it's only Tuesday night. Which is annoying that it feels like, oh, what a week, but it's only Tuesday night. And there goes the energy-saving air conditioner again. Oh, chat's quiet tonight, Eunice. It's okay. Yes, it's okay. Guinness is here. He's just right off camera. There he is. The black cat himself. Shamelessly made off with a chunk of hot Italian sausage last night. guess he likes spicy food. Guinness, they're gonna sue for damages if you knock him over. You're unemployed, so it's gonna be me that has to pay for it. Yes. Yes, you're a good boy. So. Woohoo. Hi, Guinness. Yeah, Aaliyah's here, Laura. Chat's just super quiet tonight. There he goes, Guinness. Yeah, I've only been live for about 25 minutes. Usually takes a while for chat to start popping, but it's alright. Had a screaming 4-month-old clinging to me all day. Because I guess she got first round of Tdap today, and that one hurts. So, had to hold her a lot. She wanted cuddles, but then every time I put her down, she'd scream at the top of her lungs. So I'd have to pick her back up. Oh dear. Oh gosh, what time is it? Okay, it's about 5:30. love to get this baby blanket finished tonight, because baby, it's 4. His birthday is on Friday. So, I've got to get it done so I can give it to her on Friday. Your bee wind spinner today? That's cool. Crochet bees are so fun. There's one little boy in my school that was in my class about, let's see, 2 years ago. He's 3 now. And for his first birthday, I made him a black and white striped hat, and then I made him a little amigurumi bee and put it on the top like it was a pom-pom, and he wears that hat all the time, still. Excuse me. Hi, Mom. Mom's in the house. No wonder I can't see, my ring light's way back here. Okay, that's a little better. That's better. Okay. Hi, welcome to the live. Vaguely? Vaguely, yes. I do. It's been a long day at work, so brain not braining. Hit that point in the day where I can't do complex thought anymore. Think you're a boy and you have a really cute puppy, right? Oh, we just hit the half-hour mark. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live if you haven't already. No, you're not the one with the puppy. Can't remember anything off the top of my head. As long as the Remember Me game, it's not too bad at this current point in time, but if they keep pushing after I've said no, sorry, I don't remember, then you can whack. But I do recognize. Hey there. I do recognize the profile picture, but that's about it. So, I guess, like I said, vaguely. But again, I've had a long day, so I can't really think too hard. Well, that and I accidentally grabbed decaf coffee instead of regular for my 2 o'clock coffee that I always have at work. Yeah, I haven't really been established enough to really have a full opinion on the Remember Me game. So, I am working on a baby blanket right now. We're trying to get this done. I would like to get it done on stream tonight. It's just hit that tedious point where each round takes forever. Yeah, it's getting pretty big. I'd say we could cut it off, but probably come to a good stopping point. It's just I really want to use up all the yarn I have for it, because I mean I don't have any use for like what's left with this, so I would like to use up as much of it as I can so that it's not sitting there around in my scrap bin taking over the house, because my yarn stash is fine, it's the yarn scraps that are taking everything over. But I think, yeah. I think I'll probably try to go until I run out, because then I'm going to use this to put the border on. This is a different yarn, but they're very close in size. I know it's like taboo to mix yarn brands, but whatever. But yeah, it's also a DK. This is a Cascade Yarns Cherub DK. This is my favorite fancy yarn. And it's the color 1. This is my second thing. This is a Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop. And this is the second of Big Scoop. You mix your... I try to mix... I try to avoid mixing fibers. So, like, if I have 2 different brands of acrylic yarn, but it's close enough, I'll mix it. But this is 100% acrylic. That one is a pretty good 50-50 split of acrylic and nylon, but I don't have any 100% acrylic all white DK weight yarn. And I have that one though, and I don't have any other plans for that one. That's just been sitting there, so I'm gonna use that. Because they're pretty much exactly the same. So, and they're both machine washable and dryable. So, we're good. But I want to keep going until I run out of the ice cream, because I don't know what I'm going to do with like a small ball of ice cream yarn. Because I don't use Lion Brand ice cream that much. Like, it's a good yarn, I just don't use that one very much. I don't use a lot of Lion Brand. I should, because they have some really nice yarns, but they have a bad habit of discontinuing the ones I like. Like the Ice Cream Roving Divigation, I love that yarn, and they discontinued it. And then there's Shawl and a Ball yarn. I really liked that one. That was back in the early 2010s, and they discontinued that one. So, like, I'm afraid to get attached to a Lion brand yarn because then they always discontinue it on me. Like, Comfy Cotton. I got into that one and then they discontinued it. So, I know ice cream is like one of their staples. They would never get rid of it, but it's just my luck that they would. Yeah. It's happened to me enough that I'm like almost afraid to get too attached to a yarn. Like the Ogos, I was one of like 5 people on the planet that loved the Ogo format. And they discontinued it. I loved the Red Heart Super Saver Fair Isle, and they discontinued it. There's another Lion brand one I really liked that they discontinued. The Nubu. I loved Nubu. They discontinued it. I need to find the most universally hated yarn and force myself to fall in love with it, and then maybe we could rid the world of it. But I don't know. I don't even know what people would consider the worst yarn that is universally hated. Someone out there will always love it. Like me and my number 1 Red Heart Super Saver. Oh god. Oh, I'm so tired today. As soon as I'm done with this blanket, I gotta go into market prep mode. I have a market towards the end of August. That I gotta prepare for. Because it's in Buffalo Bills fan country. So I'm gonna need way more red, white, and blue stuff than I already have. Crochet Vision just posted a new video. Unboxing Happy Meal and Michael's clearance shopping finds. I will have to go watch that later. And by watch that later, I mean pull it up on screen and then fall asleep in the first 5 minutes. Because That's what happens when I sit down to watch things, usually in the afternoons. Like this one documentary I've been trying to get through, and it just puts me right to sleep. Gypsy Rose? No. I've heard of her. I wish her well. Yeah, I know she didn't know what she was going to post, so it sounds interesting. I want to go yarn shopping so bad, but since I'm trying to save for a down payment, I'm not letting myself. Crochet. Yes, I'm crocheting. I am crocheting a baby blanket. I'm not letting myself go yarn shopping for a while because I'm saving up for a house down payment. I'm only buying what I actually need. Like if I run out of a color for something in my... No, not for my baby. For one of the babies in my class. Those babies. I don't have baby. I don't have any kids of my own. I don't want any kids of my own. I love babies. I just don't want one in my house. Class duty. I teach infant toddlers. So 6 weeks to 14 or 15 months. Teach them to do all sorts of things. Roll over, crawl, scoot, feed themselves, hold things. We learn about different textures. I give them different objects to play with, different colors. We go on walks. We look at what the weather is like outside the window. Back in October, I got a giant pumpkin and cut it open and let them crawl around in the guts. That was the messiest day I've ever had in my classroom, but it was so fun. We work on language acquisition and literacy, and how to be a person. So I get them ready so that in the future they can go learn how to do math and stuff. I established the baseline, because the way I always say it, because I've had parents come to my classroom and do tours like, okay, but what academic stuff do you do with them? I'm like, They need to know that they have hands and feet before they can learn their ABCs. So, how do you teach to be a person? It's a lot of modeling for this age because babies are little sponges. But a lot of things, like just holding their hands up in front of their face and be like, look, you have hands and these are fingers. And they really enjoy that. I was doing that with a 3-month-old today. And she found her hands because she was sitting there just looking at her hands like. So I was holding her hand and playing. I'm like, this is your hand, and here's 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4. Oh yeah, I'm going back into work mode. Stuff like that. Yeah, my happy teacher voice just popped out. And that's pretty jarring. There's a lot of people that know me from outside of my job. They're like, they know me for like my flat affect, and then I clock in and I'm like a different person. And yes, they love putting things in their mouth because that's how they explore the world. And it's actually a problem if you have a baby that won't put things in their mouth. You have 3 kids. Ah. It's actually a major problem if your kid isn't constantly chewing on things. And also that just helps develop hand-eye coordination, getting their hand, grabbing a thing and getting it to their mouth. Like that's how they learn to eventually eat. So, all these fascinating things about babies. You also have to watch out if they're super advanced, because generally later down the line, that means they're overcompensating for something. So the crochet blankets you make. I do not sell the blankets I make, but I sell a lot of the other things I make, like hats, scarves, sweaters, home goods. But and I've done a couple baby blanket commissions, but I only really take commissions from people I know in real life or that are local to me. But I sell everything else I make. But these baby blankets are each one is different. Everybody gets an original. I've thought about having like a generic baby blanket pattern that I would make and then sell, but I don't know. I feel like to make a baby blanket, I gotta know the person so I know what kind of vibe to put into it. It's like one of my things with the baby blanket requests. I'm like, you can't specify if you want a baby blanket from me. I won't make it to specifications. I go based off of the vibe. And I've never had somebody upset once they receive the final product. They're like, oh, it's perfect. It does match the vibe. Said something wrong, Nightbot? No, Nightbot's not kicking you. I'm seeing all your chats. You may not be caught up on the live. Apparently that's been a thing for a lot of people's live streams lately. Well, you can hang out and chat and make friends here. We've got good vibes going on. We're building up our own little bitty crochet community. We've been live for almost an hour. So we're not going to go super long tonight just because I do have to make dinner at some point and I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So probably be live for another hour, hour and a half. You don't crochet though? You should learn. It's a good hobby to have. It's very relaxing. I mean, I only started doing the business aspect of it about 2 years ago, but I've been crocheting since 1999. So. How do I do my corners? Beautiful blanket, thank you. I can show you when we get to the next corner. Your granny taught you to knit when you were little. Aw, yeah. My grandma's ghost taught me because my grandmother was a prolific crocheter during her life. She made this blanket back here. I'm working on that one that's right here. But she died when I was about a year old. But we kept all of her crochet stuff. And one day in 1999, I was digging around in the basement and I found all of her yarn and her hooks. And like, oh, toys, fun! And I just sat there playing with it. And from there, I figured out crocheting. I figured out, oh, if I do this and this with the yarn, it does this. And if I do this and this, it does this. So, no one ever actually taught me. I just trial and errored my way through it until late 2000s when YouTube tutorials started becoming a thing. And then I was able to work on specifics. Like doing the magic circle and specific stitches. You knit little patches. That's cute. Yeah. And then I finally started doing craft fairs about 2 summers ago. And then a year and a half ago, I opened my online shop and started doing shorts on YouTube. Good evening. And then about 8 months ago, I started doing long form content on YouTube. And then back in April, I started doing live streams, and it's just kind of taken off from there. It's been a lot of work, but on top of the fact that I work 40 hours a week as a teacher, so, my goodness. Alright, we're almost to the corner, and then I can show you how I do my corners. At least for these linen stitch squares, because I've just been going around and around in the linen stitch, because I really like using the linen stitch. I think it's also called the moss stitch for variegated and self-striping yarns, because then each little stitch is its own pop of color. And I love crazy variegated yarns. I love a good variegated. This has just been slow going because it's a small 3-weight yarn, a small hook. And once these squares get big enough, it takes a while on each side. Like, I'm kind of dreading working on the border to this big blanket here, because I just know it's going to take me like hours just to do the blanket, the border. Even though each square only takes me about 20 minutes. And then it's only about 3 or 4 minutes to connect them all, which we're probably... Saturday night's live might be another granny square live, because I need to finish this blanket by October so I can give it to my brother as his wedding present. And I've only got 4 rows left to go, so then I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna sit there and be like, now what? You have to go. Jane's there. Have a good dinner party, Mom. Love you. Thanks for stopping in. All right. We're at the corner. We're at the corner. Almost zoned out and forgot. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the corner. So with this linen stitch, I'm ending on a chain. I'm going to single crochet just straight into the corner. I'm going to chain 2, going to pivot, and then I'm going to single crochet back into that corner. And then just continue on the linen stitches normal. So you chain over the single crochets and then crochet into the chain below. And it gives you really nice pops of color. So that's how I do my corners. That gets them nice and crisp. And then you just keep pivoting for every corner. And we're just past the 1 hour mark, so don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Saving up for a down payment on a house, so every little bit helps, and it's free. Liking and subscribing is free. Oh. Hey, Dad.
Hello.
He has emerged from his nap. My goodness, this thing is taking forever. But it's a simple repeat, pattern repeat, so I don't have to think. So this has been Josie. You're welcome, Josie.
Alexa, turn on laundry room. Alexa, turn on laundry room.
Okay. Gotta go. Kids just came in. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hanging out in the live. Chatting. That's nice. And Jane says hi. Awesome. Thanks, Mom. And hi, Jane. Get comfy. I can't sit like a normal human being. Pointer me at, yeah, but yeah. Look at those pops of color. I love it. Definitely gonna take a close-up image of this before I wrap it and use it as like a background image. Make the body of a snowman. I just need to put the black coal buttons on. Oh, that's cute. Little snowmen. That's right. Now is the time to start those Halloween and Christmas crafts and projects. I definitely need to start restocking some of my Halloween stock. Some of my Halloween scrubbies have been out of stock forever. My Christmas in July sale on my website starts tomorrow. Everything will be 25% off. Everything. Even the stuff that's already discounted on clearance, that'll be also 25% off because I really need to get rid of some of the stuff in my clearance. Alright, we're about to hit another corner. Woohoo! Alright, 5 snowmen and 5 gingerbread. Aw, that's cute. Kind of want to figure out how to make like a flat snowman coaster or something. So I'm not into the amigurumi, but I want to be into like snowmen or something. I don't know. I would probably attract more attention at my booth at my markets if I had some amigurumi out there. It's just not my thing. I'm the hat person. But I mean, I don't even own any stuffing anymore. I gave it all away to my friend that is a very prolific plushie maker. We often will do markets together. She'll have the plushies, I'll have the traditional stuff. We've got the whole market cornered together. Reminds me, I need to check the one Christmas market I did last year when those applications are going back out, because I want to do that one again, because I made bank off of my hats and it being a freezing cold day. So yeah. All these things I have on my to-do list once I finish this blanket. Gotta do a lot of red, white, and blue for my upcoming market, and then I gotta start into Halloween and Christmas and everything. And back to school. I should make like some pencil pouches or something. and I gotta put out my supply list soon, which, seeing all the discourse on the internet right now about school supply lists, it's like, as a teacher, I'm scared. I mean, obviously it's different for my age group, but they get that list of things. I'm like, hey, here's a list of things you gotta bring for your baby. And I just know with the discourse on it being hot right now, somebody's gonna yell at me. Someone's gonna jump on me. That was the work group chat text tone. I'm like, I'm clocked out, please. Please don't need me. No one is allowed to need me after 4 p.m. Making head and body can. That's what I'm thinking. And then, like, a smaller circle up top, I'd put a little face on it, and then the lower part would be the actual coaster. I don't know. I'd have to play around with it. Because it's also how do I get the multiple circles to go nicely together. But I don't know. That can be a weekend project. That could be a Labor Day weekend project. Because I want to try and take Labor Day weekend off from everything, like YouTube, business crochet, anything. So I could just like experiment and do whatever. And just rot for a weekend. I mean, half the pressure I'm under is self-induced when I think about it. But like, I don't have any paid sponsorships, so I'm really only beholden to myself. In the standards I set. Unfortunately, I have very high standards. Well, I mean, I'm also beholden to the almighty algorithm. But I read somewhere that Instagram is thinking of bringing back chronological order posting, which that would be great. I don't know. Gaming the algorithm is hard. I just try to be consistent and hope that eventually it'll work. There's also behind the scenes stuff, like my brother's getting married in like a couple months, and I'm looking for a house. Also, my birthday is coming up, and it's gonna be a milestone birthday, and everyone's like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I got 3 videos to edit. I can't think about that right now. Just give me money. No, what I would really like for my birthday is some peace and quiet. Or a day where I don't have to be the adult. Life don't work that way. Where did everyone go? I don't know. It's quiet tonight. I'm still getting the usual number of viewers. I usually hover at around 15 at this point in time. But I'm guessing just a bunch of lurkers tonight. Which, fair, that was kind of me watching Crochet Vision yesterday. I was logged in, but quiet for a while. Except for the occasional remark. I don't know. It seemed like it was just kind of a day for everybody. Everybody at work was having a rough go of it. And the kids were all having a rough day. And I'm like, it's not even a full moon. What's the matter with y'all? If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. I need the algorithm to like me more. Right now, it tolerates me. Here. I think I hear Zuzu. But no way she's coming on camera. You've started the third snowman. Awesome. I don't know. Maybe I should try getting back in amigurumi and just do like the traditional with the thinner yarns instead of the plushies. Or something with really good stitch definition. Be one of those crazy people that makes amigurumi out of like super thin yarn. Instead of the big plush yarn. Because I want to like the big plush yarn. It's soft. It's just the stitch definition gives me a hard time. You use 4-weight yarn? Yeah, that's what I've used before. I don't know. Amigurumi just requires a lot of 3D thinking that I struggle with. But a lot of it looks so cool. I don't know. I have a lot of black and yellow yarn. Maybe I'll start making some small bees again. See if I don't completely hate it and then move on. No, the closest thing I have to it right now is I'm going to be making these ghost hats. And I put a little face on them. Right, we're about the hour-and-a-half mark. Which means it's what, 6 something? Yeah, 6:30. So we've got more time. Probably be live for another half hour. Depends on how hungry I get and I need to go make dinner. But it's just hot dogs and mac and cheese tonight, so that'll take literally not even 15 minutes to cook. One of those unhealthy, super processed weeknight dinners because I'm tired. I don't have time to sit and chop a vegetable. That's weekend dinners. I mean, half the time I just have a sandwich for dinner on weeknights. I'll make a sandwich with like cold cuts or peanut butter and jelly, and I'll have some fruit and some cheese and carrot sticks or something. So, I mean, there's no law that says you have to cook dinner. Dinner can be whatever you want. I hear somebody upstairs munching. Chicken in a can with crackers. Yeah, that's nice, simple, filling, nutritionally complete. You got your carbs from the crackers, and the chicken's got the fat and the protein. And it saves energy because you don't have to turn on the stove. I mean, I don't even use the oven during the summer. I just use a toaster oven during the summer because it just gets too hot. Now, one thing I like to have during the summers, because I have a rice cooker, is I'll make rice and then I'll top the rice with like smoked salmon and avocado. So the only thing I actually have to do is cook the rice and slice the avocado. And then I'll add a bit of rice vinegar to the rice, so it's kind of like deconstructed sushi almost. But minimal prep work. You just put the rice in the rice cooker, chop the avocado, put it all in a bowl, done. And you know, it's nutritionally complete. You got the carbs from the rice, you got the fat and protein from the salmon, and extra fat from the avocado. So I always say avocado toast is actually a nutritionally complete, healthy meal. Maybe that's why I can't buy, why I have to work so hard to save money to buy a house right now. All the avocado toast I used to eat when I was younger. Instead of investing in the stock market, taco rice. Ooh, that sounds good. Rice in general is just a really good for a weeknight dinner. One thing I've been doing is I'll cook some rice in the rice cooker and I'll add like seasonings like cilantro and lime juice. And then I'll just brown some ground beef and add canned vegetable of choice. And then mix it all with the rice. And you got like instant burritos. You eat it on its own with a spoon, or you can put it in a tortilla. And if you get your rice at your friendly local Asian market, you can get 50 pounds for cheap. Or if you don't have ground beef, you can add scrambled eggs to your rice with some vegetables. And then you have fried rice. Or a breakfast burrito. Yeah. I know how to make fried rice. I've made it several times. I mean, I can never get it quite as good as the local Chinese restaurant and their fried rice, but it scratches the itch so I don't spend all my money on Chinese takeout. That's really tempting when I get home from work and I'm super tired to just push a button on my phone and get Chinese takeout, but I need to save money, so I learned how to make a bunch of Chinese food recipes at home, which has been working. But I'm also lucky because I live near a bunch of East Asian markets that are owned by the same people that own the local Chinese restaurants. So I was able to acquire a lot of the seasonings they use, which includes MSG and white pepper and cornstarch. Makes it delicious. I officially hit the hour-and-a-half mark. Woohoo! How's your yard all doing? It's thinning out. It's thinning out. Still got some heft to it because it's really tightly compressed in there. So it doesn't look like there's a lot, but there's actually a lot because it's just squeezed in there. But we're putting a good dent in it. I think maybe a couple more rounds because also the rounds are getting pretty big. So it's using up more each time I go around. So we are making progress. I mean, if I don't finish it tonight, it's not the end of the world. Really, I have to just have it done by Thursday night. But I would like to have it done because the sooner I have it done, the sooner I can move on to market prepping. Which can be the subject of a vlog. Because I've got my next 2 videos filmed. And 1 is edited, I just have to post it, and then I have to do all the editing for the flower coasters in a day. Still got to film the flower coaster tutorial. I said I would make a tutorial for it. I would film a tutorial for it on Sunday, and then I didn't because I was too busy fighting with technology, and then by the time I was done fighting with technology, I didn't want to do anything. But maybe I'll do it sometime this week or over the weekend. I mean, yeah, I made 31 in one day, but I'm still going to probably make a couple more just to finish out the sets so that I have the same amount of every color. I'll just jump on and film a tutorial real quick while I'm making that. And that can be part of the market prep madness. I also want to make up some more mystery hats because I have a lot of hats that I've crocheted that, like, I just don't feel like I can't get the yarn again. Or I don't feel like repeating the design. So I market them as mystery hats. And what I've been doing at my craft shows is putting them into paper bags and taping them shut and then saying, oh, mystery hats. But I actually got a pack of 100 white small poly mailers that I'm gonna use to stuff them instead. Because I would pre-stuff these paper bags right before my markets, but still have the other hats dedicated to being mystery hats laying around. So I want to pre-stuff all the bags. That way if somebody orders the mystery hat off of my website, they really are getting a mystery, because even I won't remember what's in them. So I think that'll be part of market prepping. And it would give me an opportunity to film like an ASMR order packing video. Make like an hour-long ASMR order packing to fall asleep to video. Because apparently those things to fall asleep to videos get a lot of advertiser revenue. And a lot of watch hours. I know the people that do those are certainly making bank off of my classroom. We've constantly got the baby sleep music or the baby white noise on in the background when they're all sleeping. So. And we go back and watch them again and again and again. So somebody's getting rich off of my classroom. If you're just joining the live, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to double tap the screen to like the live and hit that subscribe button. Maybe hang out and chat for a bit. We have a lot of fun. Even though it's kind of just me sitting here crocheting right now. It's keeping me from doom scrolling TikTok. Because that's all I usually want to do when I'm done with work, is just doom scroll TikTok. I've been super into like recaps of trashy reality TV on TikTok lately. I mean, I've suddenly found myself more interested in trashy reality TV lately. I don't know what happened. It's probably because I'm getting old. Or it just makes me feel better about myself. I don't know, but I spent like all of Sunday binging the entire first season of My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding. Yes, I'm Eastern Standard Time. I started binging the first season of that, but that was hard because like I'm a teacher and therefore a mandated reporter, and seeing these literal children getting married, and I'm like, I feel like I need to call somebody. I'm like, yeah, I know it came out later that half of it was like all fake, but still, it's sitting here like, I should be calling a 1-800 number right now. Never mind the fact that some of those episodes came out, what, 15 years ago? But like, I couldn't look away. And I got so much on this blanket done while watching it because I was just sucked in. And like, now I actually want to watch trashy reality TV. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Usually I'm a documentary type. Why am I suddenly enjoying this? I don't know. I think I'm gonna binge watch House Hunters next. Because you know, House Hunters, that's completely fake. What they do is they find people that have recently bought a house, and then they pick two other random houses and have them just pretend. So every time I have watched House Hunters, I've been like trying to guess, okay, which is the one that they actually own. Because that's all fake. Now they always have some like ridiculous job and a really high budget. There was one episode of House Hunters International that I remember where the guy moved to Vietnam and was like totally trying to start a cult. Oh, well, that'll probably be what I watch over the weekend while I'm market prepping. I don't know. Or is it like my silent rebellion that I can watch what I want and my parents can't tell me, no, you can't watch reality trash? And because like I wasn't allowed to watch that stuff when I was growing, that kind of stuff when I was growing up. I was not allowed to watch reality TV. But like I've been an adult for a long time now. Like the closest to reality TV I was allowed to watch were cooking competition shows. Thank you to whoever just liked. I just saw the number go up. It makes me happy. I appreciate it. This blanket is slowly but surely coming along. But, meh. Do we watch soap opera? No, I never watched those either. I couldn't stand those as a kid. Though I think it's just because it was so over the top ridiculous. I couldn't suspend my disbelief and enjoy it. Because I am neurodivergent, so it's hard sometimes for me to suspend my disbelief when I'm watching shows like that. Which is usually why I'm the documentary type. Like, I can never really get into sitcoms or soap operas. I liked PBS. I was raised off of PBS and Star Trek, PBS, Star Trek, and Twilight Zone. And cooking shows. I liked cooking shows. Oh my god, my dad is mowing the lawn in this heat. What's wrong with him? He's insane. And it's only supposed to get even hotter this week. Again. Like, this summer has been terrible in Pennsylvania. It's either been oppressively hot or raining. Mom watched soap operas, so you were raised on them. We just weren't a very big TV household growing up. I was more into my computer games. And of course, I was the nerdy kid that loved the educational computer games. I loved Reader Rabbit, Zoombinis, Oregon Trail. Anything that made me think, I liked. So, yeah, just weren't a big TV family. The only show I really got into was Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was like the only kids show I ever watched. Otherwise, it was Star Trek or Twilight Zone or Iron Chef, the dubbed original Japanese Iron Chef from the 90s. I was into that. That, after Last Airbender, all versions of Star Trek, but especially Voyager. I loved Star Trek Voyager. That was my jam in elementary school. Other than that, is my computer games or my books. And then there was a brief period of time in high school, the original Star Trek. I was all Star Treks, whatever was currently on rerun. I liked it. Though I definitely watched the most out of Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I've seen a bit of the original series, a bit of Next Generation, and a bit of Enterprise, but I haven't seen any of the new Star Treks. I haven't seen a single episode of those. Only the ones from like the 80s and 90s and a bit of the original series. But there was no Netflix at the time, obviously. No streaming services, so I had to catch it on DVR and record it. Yeah, Next Generation was good. Voyager was my favorite. That was my Star Trek. Janeway was my captain. Zachary Quinto is Spock. I haven't seen a single one, but I'm sorry, my Spock is Leonard Nimoy. He's the only Spock to me. That's what I grew up with. Oh, and I've seen Star Trek Picard. I've seen that one. Though I didn't really find that one wasn't really my jam, just because it felt like, oh, just more seasons of the Next Generation, not its own thing. Listen, I was fed a steady diet of Star Trek as a child. But only like the originals. And it was actually a major influence on me. It's why I ended up going to college for creative writing with a focus in science fiction. That's what my degree is actually in. You're doing crochet right now? Well, me too. Yeah. So, yeah, fun fact about me, that's what my degree is in. Creative writing with a focus in science fiction. I wrote my undergrad thesis about Soviet perspective on science fiction. I can't. You saw my short yesterday about me watching the. Just so you know, no ages in chat. Especially if you're a minor, there are weirdos out there. So my short yesterday. What was the short that I posted yesterday? Yes, that one. That was actually I posted Sunday night. But it didn't start making the rounds until the morning. Yeah, I was watching my big fat American gypsy wedding. Yeah, okay. Aaliyah. Do you mind? Thank you, Aaliyah. Please, no minors. If you're a minor in the chat, just don't say anything. There's internet weirdos. Ask me how I know. Maybe it's the 30 million and a half trainings about it I have to take every year about child's online safety for children. Which reminds me, I have to do another training about that before August ends. Ugh! Is this one for a taller kid? The blanket? Yeah. She's a big one. She's a hefty one. Like, she's... Yes, it's very satisfying to watch you whack. Back in my trolling days, I did always appreciate... I had respect for a good mod that was on top of things, even though I was a little menace. Because it meant somebody was paying attention. You know, this blanket is for a large child. 99th percentile big girl. Which is probably why she's not crawling yet, because she's just so big. She's not strong enough to drag around all that weight. Because that can definitely be a thing. Are you getting hungry? Not yet. Not really. Don't know why. Well, there was a lot left for me to scavenge after lunch today at work. And I had a snack when I got home. But also, I've just been so focused on this that I'm like, oh, food. No, the dinner I have planned tonight, we're making pigs in a blanket and mac and cheese, and that'll take literally not even 15 minutes to cook up. You just roll the hot dogs and some Pillsbury crescent rolls. Or in my case, Aldi brand crescent rolls, because we don't buy name brand in this house. I don't buy name brand ever. The only name brand I buy is duct tape. Everything else I use the Aldi or the store. In-store brand. Because it's all made in the same factory, except for the duct tape. You want name brand duct tape. And I guess name brand yarn. But yeah, no. You just roll the hot dogs and the crescent rolls, bake them for 13 minutes. And while that's going on, you boil the water for your mac and cheese, and you boil that for 6 minutes, and then it's all done. The store brand is good. Yeah, store brands are good, and it's the same, just in different packaging, and it's a better deal because you're not paying for the name. Like Aldi brand Frosted Flakes and Kellogg's Frosted Flakes are all made in the same factory. But if you look at it, the Aldi brand box is slightly bigger for a better price. It's partially why I like Aldi, because they don't carry any name brands. It's all their own house brand, which is how they're able to keep it so affordable. They make all their money in the 2 aisles of shame in the middle. That's where I end up spending money. I'm so mad because apparently the Aldi in Europe carries yarn. You don't have an Aldi. Ugh, I'm sorry. They're really good. Maybe they'll come to your area. It took forever for them to come to my area, and now they're like outpacing all the other grocery stores. You know when the Amish show up on a weekend to stock? Snack cakes would probably take your money. Yeah, those were one of my big money pits when I was first started doing grocery shopping and realized, oh, mom can't stand here and be like, no, put that back. And then I had an overdose on zebra cakes and realized, oh, that's why mom said, no, put that back. That's why mom never just bought cake. Now I try to be a more responsible shopper, but I do save sometimes to occasionally just buy a sheet cake and eat it. Like, oh, that's why she didn't buy 30 boxes of snack cakes, because if I only ate the snack cakes, I would get scurvy. But I've never really had a big sweet tooth. I'm more of a savory. The kids would want lots of candy after school. I wanted cheese. I still want cheese. Love cheese. It does not love me, but I love it. It's one of my other hobbies. I like making charcuterie boards. Which reminds me, I gotta call my brother and beat some quit yarn shopping where they pull their yarn out. Yeah. And like apparently it's super good, nice yarn. I'm like, can we get that here in the States? I would love some Aldi brand yarn. My dream sponsorship would be partnering with Aldi to make like a little quarter pouch, because that's one of that's another way they're able to keep prices low, is that you have to pay a quarter to get a shopping cart, and then when you return the quarter, the shopping cart, you get the quarter back. That way they don't have to staff people to go around the parking lots getting the carts. I was like, why are they going around the parking lots trying to get the parking lots? I'm like, no, that's not the right word. Can y'all tell I've been awake since 5 a.m.? But, yeah, that's another way. They don't have to pay people to go wrangle up the carts, because you have to put the cart back yourself if you want your quarter back. So there. Like, my dream sponsorship would be like Aldi sponsoring me to design a little quarter pouch for your Aldi quarter. Kind of like how Passionate Kelsey partnered with Snapple that time last year to make a bottle holder. I want to make a quarter pouch. That could be a good way to use up some of my scrap yarn. Coming soon to Small Pine Crafts. Quarter pouches. Every third pouch somebody buys might have a quarter in it. Because I have a lot of quarters. I know I made one for myself a while back to keep in my car and holds all my quarters for parking and Aldi purposes, because I still live in an keep the quarters. Yeah, I still live in an area where you gotta pay with quarters to park, unless you want to download a sketchy app. I'm like, no, I'll just put quarters in the meter. Because I already have enough space on my phone taken up by filming for YouTube. Coco's Crochet to Aldi to get yarn. I've heard of Coco's Crochet. I think I may have seen that video. I've definitely seen a video where someone went to Aldi and got yarn. I don't know if it was that person specifically, but it sounds familiar. So I probably did see that video. I would love if my local Aldi had yarn. Because it would probably be cheaper than Michael's. Though, I gotta hand it to Michael's. At least my local Michael's, I'm always able to get like an extra discount. Like, the cashiers there always give me an extra discount because I'm nice. On top of my teacher discount and on my coupons. Because, fun fact, my rewards account finally verified that yes, I'm a teacher. It was hard because to go through the process, like, they have a database of schools and you have to like click the school you're in and then they send the confirmation and you have to use a school issued email address, but my school was not listed in that big thing, and also my school doesn't issue email addresses to us. Finally, I talked to the manager at my local Michael's. I'm like, well, we do have a staff ID badge. Is that enough? Can you like force it through? And she said, yeah. Since I had my badge on me. So I showed her my badge and she's like, okay, you've got the discount applied. And then like for verification, they just called my boss. Because my school wasn't listed in their database. And she's like, yeah, this is a school. Yeah, she works here. Please give her the discount. So now I get 20% off all my orders. As long as I remember my as long as I use my membership. Scan my membership off my phone. So that helps. But yeah. But my local Michael's just has a very pitiful yarn selection. And they shrank it down to make room for fabric, which my Michael's doesn't even have a cutting counter, so why do you have fabric? Are we just supposed to buy the whole bolt? There isn't even like a self-service cutting counter or whatever. You know, the Michael's about an hour south of me has a better yarn selection and fabric selection and a cutting counter, but that's because that one's in Amish country. I don't know. I miss Joanne. Really miss Joanne. Right. This is going well. Let's see. This is definitely shrinking down faster and faster, so I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but I don't know. I mean, I could just say, okay, after this row, be like, okay, we're done, because it is pretty big. I really want to use up all that yarn, but I do have some other DK scraps I could stick it with and then like wind up a big scrap skein of it and make something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm tired. I don't want to think. I just want to crochet. Good evening from London. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. It is slowly but surely coming along. Let's see. Yeah, we're almost done with this row. Talk to you Saturday. Okay, thanks for coming, Laura. Thanks for always coming, Laura. We'll see you Saturday. I'm probably going to jump off soon anyway. I am starting to finally get hungry. My dad's probably starting to get hungry. And I'm almost done with this round. So I think when we finish this round, we'll say goodnight for the night. And we've been live for a little over 2 hours. So we got stuff done. We hung out. We chatted. About average live stream. So we'll finish this round off and say goodnight. And then I'll be back Saturday, and this will have been finished by then. And I don't know what kind of... Probably be doing a Granny Square live on Saturday. Or a hat live, depending on if I need to re-up my mystery hat supplies. I don't know. We'll see where I get in market prepping through the rest of the week. I don't know. We are kind of overdue for a Granny Square connecting live. I'll just have to find a different blanket to hang up because I like this camera angle a lot better than full on facing me. And the lighting is better with this angle anyway, so. Maybe I'll go dig out another one of my grandma's blankets and hang it up. Otherwise, I'll just throw a throw blanket. The world is your oyster for sure. Yeah. No, that's just the problem. I'm like, okay, now there's too many choices. But we'll see how I feel Saturday evening. Because I don't have too much market prepping I have to do. I just need more red, white, and blue versions of things I already have. Because it's Bill's country up there, and my red, white, and blue stuff always sells really good there, so I want to bring lots of that. And it's earlier in the month this year. Usually it's the last weekend of August, but now it's the second to last weekend of August. So. We'll figure it out. I gotta write it all down. Usually in the beginning of the week, I write everything down that I want to accomplish for like my business and everything, but I forgot this week because yeah, I just forgot. So maybe I'll do that during dinner. I'll just write some stuff down. Write down my to-do list. Just market prep, granny squares, video editing. And a flower tutorial. Which, I mean, filming a tutorial for the flower shouldn't take too long. It's probably, what, an hour of work and filming, since it only takes me 10 minutes to make one. And I need to fill out some sets anyway, so. We'll probably do that Saturday morning. And then spend the evening granny squaring. I just have to remember to upload the sweater scarf video, and then I need to edit and put together the footage for the flower coaster how many in a day video. And then try and release that around the time I release the how many flowers in a day. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud at this point. But we're just about done here. So, we'll do these last few stitches and then say goodnight. I gotta go cook. And then I'll probably work on this a little bit more tonight, but obviously off screen. Okay, I'll just get the next row slightly established so that my hook doesn't go flying. And we're done for tonight. So, thank you everybody for coming to the live. This weeknight live. I enjoyed it, even if I do sound kind of dead inside. That's just because I worked all day. But I gotta go make dinner, so we're gonna sign off. Don't forget to like the live and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Comment, hit the bell icon. Don't forget you can buy all the stuff I crochet on my website, which is linked in the description. And you can also buy yarn from Premiere using my affiliate link, which is also in the description. Any little bit helps. I'm trying to save up for a down payment on a house. So, thanks again, and good night, everybody. Let's shut this down. See y'all Saturday night.